What's up, pranksters? Well, I know you guys enjoyed my last video, the one I did about 10 pranks that you can do when you go back to school. Well, back here I have some school supplies because in this video I'm gonna show you 5 more pranks that you can do when you go back to class. Check it out. These are the supplies we'll be using, and most of these you have at home or you can get at school, so it shouldn't be a big issue for you to get them. Let's start off with our first prank, and this one's one of the easiest ones that you can actually pull off in class, and it's also one of the funniest because you can pretty much trick anyone into falling for this prank. And all you're gonna need is a pencil. It can either be your pencil or your friend's pencil. Preferably use your own, that way if it gets damaged, which it won't, but if it did, you know, at least you know it's your pencil. So you'll be using this pencil. It should be an extra pencil. It shouldn't be your main pencil at school. And this pencil you're gonna be lending to one of your classmates next time they ask you to borrow a pencil. Okay, so it should look something like this. As you can see, it looks just like a normal pencil. Nothing fishy about this pencil, right? Well, we're gonna be changing that. So begin by actually removing the eraser from the top. Do this carefully. Obviously you don't want to damage the eraser, but it should come off fairly easy, and you'll be left with this, right? And no, this is not the prank. You're not gonna lend somebody a pencil without an eraser, right? I mean, you can, but it would be a lame prank. We don't want to do a lame prank here. What we're gonna do is actually replace this eraser with some gum. Yeah, that's right. I know you're not supposed to be chewing gum in class, but who doesn't, right? I know I did back in school. So let's say you're chewing a piece of gum, and make sure to match the color of the gum to the eraser. So yeah, I'm pretty low on gum right now, but here I have a piece of gum. Chew it first to soften it, so go ahead and chew it a few times, and if you already had a piece of gum in your mouth, even better. But just chew it for a little bit until you soften that piece of gum, and it'll be easier for you to work with. So do that, and I'm gonna do that for a few chews, and I'll get back to you guys. I know this is annoying, and I'm doing it on purpose too. Here's the piece of gum I've been chewing for the last couple minutes. I've actually split it in half because the piece of gum was too large. Just roll it up and place it back where the eraser used to be. It should fit very, very snug. And then of course you're gonna be molding it for it to look like an eraser. So as you can see from far away, it looks already like an eraser. And if you need to remove more gum to make it more realistic, then go for it. As you can see, this one's a pencil with a real eraser, and this one has the gum eraser. Really, you can't really tell that one of them's fake and the other one isn't. Next time somebody asks to borrow a pencil, you give them this pencil, the one with the gum, and this is what's gonna happen. They'll be like, what the hell? Yeah, and they'll be disgusted by this piece of gum too. Now, if you really want to get them and actually get them to touch this piece of gum, here's what you do. So you'll take your piece of gum and actually try to flatten it out. Once it looks something like this, you're gonna place it right on the pencil like this. You're gonna try to pass it off as a pencil grip. So make sure to spread it out evenly, and on the edges make sure they're very straight. Do your best at molding this, and like I said, this can be done in class like very, very fast. So I'm sure you guys will do a better job than me, but this is what the pencil would look like. It looks like it has a pencil grip on it. Next time your friend comes over, or somebody that you just don't like in class and asks you, hey man, can I borrow a pencil? You go ahead and give them this pencil. You know, when they're about to write, they're gonna put their fingers on it and they'll realize that it's gum. Yuck. Their fingers are gonna have your saliva on it. That's pretty gross, isn't it? It's a nice prank to do when you go back to school. If you're just tired of people borrowing your stuff, like your pens and pencils, just like the last prank, we're gonna booby trap this pen right here. And this prank is just meant to piss off somebody, especially if they fall for it right in class. Just get a normal pen. A clickable one works best, so open it by screwing it open like this. So as you can see, it's got the ink, it's got the tip, so all the components are there. What we're left with is the top of the pen, and this one is obviously, it's hollow just like any other pen. So we're gonna fill it up with some sugar. Yeah, that's right, I got some sugar right here, and we're gonna fill it up with it. So if you can get a little funnel or a cup like this one, and just pour the sugar in slowly and carefully, so that way you don't like get it all over your counter. And that's it. Once it's filled up, put the pan back together. It might be kind of tricky to put everything back in there just because the sugar will make things a bit complicated. Just push the ink tube as hard as you can and it should push back. Give it to your classmate, and then when they try to use it and click on it, nothing's happening, right? Because all that sugar and the pressure that's in there, so they can't really write with it, and their first instinct will be to open the pan. So of course they're gonna twist off the pan, and yeah, they'll get sugar all over their stuff, as you can see, and they're on their desk or anywhere. It's one of them really harmless but funny pranks. That's something they're gonna have to clean up, and if they get caught by their teacher, they're gonna be like, why do you have sugar on your desk? It's a really funny, simple prank that you can actually prep this at home to take to school. Up next, again, we're gonna mess with a stapler. It's very simple, and it's quite similar to a prank I did in my last video. Again, this one will involve some shoe polish. And if you guys don't know where I'm going with this, well, let me show you. So open up the shoe polish, get yourself a cotton swab. Try to get a bit of shoe polish on the cotton swab like this. And on the bottom of the stapler, you're gonna apply some of that shoe polish right where the staples come out. And what I like about this is that your victim won't be able to see it, because obviously, unless they're on an eye level or a worm's eye view, but usually nobody gets to see the bottom. As you can see, I just smeared some of that shoe polish on the stapler and then just put it back. From your victim's point of view, they can't tell that there's shoe polish underneath, but just wait till they try to use it, and this is what's gonna happen. They'll just try to use it as they normally would. Place the corner on the bottom of the stapler and then just press on it. Oh, yep. It'll stain just the corner. Obviously, it won't ruin the whole thing. But let's say this is like some paperwork that they need to turn in. You know, the corner is going to look pretty bad. It's going to make their work look horrible. But really, it's not going to damage their actual work. But it is something that nobody wants to go through. Just make sure that these people that you pull these pranks on can take a joke. Otherwise, then do not attempt to do these. For this next prank, you're going to need a binder clip and some plastic wrap. So go ahead and grab yourself a piece of plastic wrap. About this size works. Just cut it. And then you're gonna make a pouch of water. So you're gonna add some water inside the plastic wrap to make a little pouch. So place the plastic wrap on top of the palm of your hand. Make it like in a bowl shape. That way you can add some water inside. Like this. Alright, that'll do. Once you have that water in there, twist it. But make sure it's a small quantity of water that you can actually put inside the binder clip, like right here. If it's too much, try to get rid of it. But I think I got the right amount of water in there. And then of course you're gonna cut off that excess plastic, like about right here. This is where you're gonna cut it off. Open up the binder clip and insert the pouch inside. And you know, you guys can actually add some Kool-Aid like I normally would, but I figured it was too much. Once you put in the pouch inside the binder clip, you're left with that excess plastic hanging. So you just take a blade and cut it off, just like that. And there you have it, pranksters. You just booby trapped a binder clip. Next person who tries to use it will be in for a big wet surprise. Now it's time for me to give you a little demonstration of how this booby trap would work. So let's say they're trying to keep this notebook together and it has some valuable information on it. So they'll just grab the binder clip and put it on there. Did you see that? It actually squirted out. See, because once you open it, the tip actually becomes opened and it lets out all that water. So let's say you had some Kool-Aid on there, and let's say it was like red Kool-Aid, then the paper will be all red. But since we used water, it's harmless, although it will look kind of weird once it dries up. But yeah, pranksters, this is a prank you can pull off in class. It doesn't really squirt that much water out, but just enough to piss off your victims. So your friend left his binder laying around in class. I don't know, he stepped out, he went to the restroom, went to drink some water real quick. So if you see it, open it, and if you can see, it's got some important documents that he might not want to get wet. Well, you know, we're gonna do just that, but not really. You know, take out all the important documents and just leave some of the blank ones, some of that paperwork that really doesn't matter. Leave some in there, but not the important ones. Now, make sure that one of the pockets is left empty, like this one, but make sure that the folder is standing up straight like this. So open up one of the pockets, kind of pull on it to stretch it out, and once you've done that, take a water bottle, take his water bottle just to add insult to injury, pretty much fill up the pocket with water. And you know what, guys, if it's flavored water, if it's colored water, even better. I'm just gonna add some Kool-Aid on it to make this prank even better. Alright, so I've added that Kool-Aid in there. Should be purple. And the pocket has been filled to capacity. You know, the slightest squeeze will make that water come out. So that's what we want. And now we're just gonna slowly close the binder like this. Make sure it's able to stand up straight though. And just leave it on his desk and the prank is set. Remember, pranksters, this is a really extreme prank, so you gotta know who you're pranking and that they will not get in trouble, that they will not tell the teacher on you, because if you get in trouble, that's your own personal fault. Let me give you guys a little demonstration of how this prank works. So your friend comes back to his desk and sees his folder right there, like, oh, well, this is not how I left it. So if he doesn't know that you're a prankster, then, you know, he won't think anything of the folder just being like that. So he'll either grab it and take it and walk away with it, or just lay it on the table. So let's say he does grab it and walks away with it. This is what's gonna happen. Right? Yeah, it's something that that will definitely be unexpected, and if teacher sees that, he might get in trouble for having water in class or having a drink in class. So try not to get him in trouble. It's always best if you do this in the lunchroom, because, you know, spills are meant to happen there, and really nobody usually gets in trouble there. So if this prank is done in school, it's best if it's done in the cafeteria. But again, only prank if you know you're not gonna get in trouble. If you are, then please do not attempt this. Okay, well, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like my pranks, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see more back to school pranks, go to my channel. I have way more pranks there. More pranks than you can imagine. Also, check out my last video, 10 pranks that you can do when you go back to school. Oh, pranksters, and please, before you leave, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 pranks that you can do at school to have some fun. I just removed the spiral, and all the pages are loose now. They'll rub on it, and nothing's going to happen. Because, of course, they used a permanent marker. We push it all the way up, all the way till you get the glue stick out of there. So just twist it, and it should be able to come off pretty easy. So they'll just press on the bulb, and this is what's gonna happen. Oh no. Wow, that was a great squirt right there. Did you guys see that?